I couldn't be more proud of my kids and my team. I just thought they were extremely tough today, resilient. That is a heck of a basketball team. It is a heck of a basketball program. As I told them today, Stanford, and I told Coach Vanderveer when we bumped at fists, what this program, what Texas, Tennessee, you're talking about programs that have done so much for our game. I'm a little older, so I've been doing it 37 years, so I know about the nostalgia and the history that a Texas and a Stanford have. They don't, but I do. And to have the honor to play in that game today on national TV against that team and that staff, and to see our kids perform the way they did, representing another program that is so rich in tradition and has made such an impact in the women's game, Coach Conrad, and so it's just really, I can't be more proud of my team for their fight today. We talk about Texas fight. That's a thing that we have at Texas, and it's one thing to talk the talk. It's another thing to walk the walk. I thought our kids walked it today. Again, that's the defending national champion minus one starter. So that's a pretty good team. To come in here and to beat them on the road, a veteran team, and here I started 2 freshmen today. We've got 7 new kids, 4 freshmen. All of them played. It's just really, in coaching, it's why we do what we do, y'all. And to be a part of that, it's just really, it's an exciting time for us. I think our future, you saw our future on the floor, and yet you saw Joanne Allen-Taylor, Audrey Warren, our 2 seniors, Lauren Ebo, 4th-year player, really play a lot of minutes for us today and do what they do. Really kept the ship steady. They got up 6 in the second half. I think I took a timeout pretty quick into the start of the third quarter. I wasn't pleased with how we came out. And then they responded after that. I mean, it just, we didn't execute our half-court defense well on three-point shots, but that's not something, quite frankly, again, my fault that I've spent enough time on. But, again, to come in here and play like we played today and to make enough plays, to make the free throws that we had to have from these 2, I mean, this team showed a lot today. I couldn't be more proud. Yeah, Jeannie.
How did your group stay patient? Because you just talked about the 3-point defense, but Stanford shot 4 of 27 from deep, and just you sort of waited until everybody came together down the stretch and got big shots when it mattered.
Yeah, I think, Stanford probably missed some shots today they may not typically miss. At the same time, I think when you go against our defense for 40 minutes, you get hurried. Oh my God, I'm open, and then you hurry it maybe a little bit. Plus our press wears on people. And so, legs go a little bit. I tell you, a big key that I'm really proud of, is we rebounded with them. I mean, that's a big, long, tall team. We talked about that had to be just an absolute all-out. We had to really fight for every rebound because, with them, the first shot ain't the one that gets you sometimes. It's that second and third one. And I thought Aaliyah Moore really battled today for us. And she had 3 of our 6 offensive boards at halftime. And but I just thought her, Lauren, Deanna Gaston, boy, they just really competed. But all of my team did. I mean, it's not just a post player that's rebounding for them. They got those big, long guards. And so that was a big key for us was the rebounding. And then I tell you, their transition offense was very concerning for me coming in, and I thought we completely took that out.
And are you always that animated, or were you more amped up today? I mean, you're all over the court, and I just saw you leap and do some kind of leg kick. You say you're old, you're 60, and
I still got my 5 miles in today, running. So I'm
5 miles during the game? Or before?
Well, no, before, and I probably got another 5. I'm into what I'm doing. You're not going to see me over there sitting on my hands. I think my kids feed off of that sometimes. They know I'm in it with them. Man, I'm in the fight with them. I live and die with every possession. That's just who I am. But this team, they're fun. I've not had a young team like this in a while. But they're not only young and inexperienced, but they're pretty talented. And so I've had to learn to be a little patient with them. I'm not really a patient guy, but I've had to really kind of learn to be patient with them. But they're just they know I'm in the fight with them, and I get excited when I see them do things that we worked on. But look, we've only practiced 32 days. And I got all this youth, a freshman point guard, a freshman four player. I got another freshman that had 27 the other night. Another freshman that's played the other night. And so I've got to be a little patient with them. But, man, they're fun to coach. They just played their heart out.
So, Coach, how important was it to press them full court most of the game and then get 20 turnovers from the national champions?
Well, yeah, that's the only way we had a chance. We do that every night. That's who we are. It's why nobody comes to Austin to play me, because they don't like the style of play that we play, and it's just really, really challenging. But it's who we are. I mean, we can't go toe to toe with Stanford and be outsized at 4 positions, really 5, unless we try to offset that and do what we do defensively, whether it's the full court press or even the ball pressure out on the perimeter. I mean, it's just we got no chance. And so, but that's who we are every night. And so, again, that ain't easy to do, y'all. We ain't like we're out there standing around in a 2-3 zone playing hope you miss defense. These kids work their tail off, but it wasn't just in that game. You need to know this is what they do every day in practice. And so unless you come live in my gym and watch them, you have no idea. It's why I have such an admiration and appreciation for them, because they play the game, in my opinion, they play the game the right way. They honor the game, they respect the game, but they play so hard. And again, it's who we are. And what I love about this group is that they've really learned to embrace it. I mean, they are. They think they're tougher than anybody in the country. And tonight, boy, they were really, really special.
So you two were together at Mississippi State for
1 year.
1 year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how special is it for you to come and have this kind of a start with Texas? And just how did you stay patient with yourself until you guys started hitting some threes? Because it took a little while to kind of find your rhythm, it looked like.
Yes, I think it's really special to be able to have a connection or relationship that I have with Coach Schaefer. I understand that he wants to win. He knows that I want to win, and I think the biggest thing is just playing hard. That's just what it comes down to. He preaches it all the time. Today his devotional was about patience. So when I got subbed in, I didn't make my first shot. I was like, okay, let's try something else. Now, I don't know if you've seen before, but I've always struggled on defense. But today, I didn't struggle too bad. I did pretty good. So my biggest thing was trying to find another way to help my teammates. Roy was talking to me the entire game. You're going to make a shot. You're going to make a shot. Just get open. You're going to make a shot. I'm like, okay. I know that my teammates have confidence in me. I know that the coaching staff has confidence in me. It's really just about me being patient, just like he said earlier today. So I just really give all praise to my teammates. They were patient with me. He was patient with me when I was missing shots, and I just really just took my time and waited. That's all.
So this stat circling that you're doing is something you learned from him at?
Oh, yes. We fill out Postgame about what we could do better, things we messed up on, good things, just
What's
our
on your
personal
list right
now? I said our on-ball pressure was great. We shared the ball well. We made open shots, 57% from 3. We rebounded with them, made free throws, 11 for 15, and we forced 20 turnovers.
What are the cons?
Our turnovers, our help defense could have been better, and everybody needs to go over there and play.
Yes, ma'am.
Any thoughts on how you kept them from shooting threes? I mean, that's one of their go-to thing, and forced the turnovers, but they were 4 for 27 on threes. He didn't like your half-court 3 defense, but something worked.
Well, that's the thing. On-ball pressure is what we did great, but we got to stay with it. I would say we did help. We need to work on help the helper, because we know if they drive, we got to be there above the arc, and we know they're looking for the corner shot for the 3-pointer. And they did get those shots. And then, of course, in transition we did slip up a few times with leaving them open, and luckily they did miss. But, that's something that comes throughout this season, and we're going to keep getting better at it.
You kept telling her, how many times do you think you told her be patient and wait for your shot?
Every single time. We had a dead ball. Every single time I said, I know you can get a bucket. I know you can. Just because you missed a shot, it does not mean anything. And I told her, if you're not making your shots, what do you have to do? Play defense, and she did. So.
A dozen times you told her today?
Yes.
Got time for a couple last ones.
Yeah, Coach. What was the message to the team when you guys were down entering the fourth quarter? What was the message? It's kind of a twofold question. Just what was the message to the team entering the fourth quarter down 5? And the players, how do you guys just maintain your mental composure when you start to kind of pull ahead, but no, they're still 5? And how do you just kind of, a lot of teams would maybe fumble and crawl and fall, but you guys mentally survive that, and just finishing off the game is a lot harder than just getting ahead.
Yeah. We definitely just played for each other. That's what it came down to. We played for each other. We said, I need to sacrifice my body. I need to go do this extra thing, extra pass, extra effort is what the thought of the day was. So that's what we did.
I think the biggest thing is we all wanted to win. We don't give each other anything easy in practice, so we wouldn't do that in the game. And that's just something that he preaches and something that we stick to as a team. We're not going to give you anything easy, and we just kept fighting. Just because you get down, it's basketball. It's a game of up and downs, a game of runs. But our team is tough. It's no other way to put it. We just want to keep fighting regardless of the score.
So again, the message, we got down 6 to start the third quarter, and I called a pretty quick timeout with 7-something to go. And again, I wasn't pleased with how we came out of the locker room. I wasn't pleased with our energy, our tempo, and it started with Rory, and she wears it, she gets it, and going into the fourth quarter again, here we are. Are we done? I think I asked them that a couple times. Hey, you guys done? That's it? That's all you got? And again, they don't like that. No, we're not done, Coach. We're good. Because we take such great pride on our conditioning, on our physical conditioning, on how hard we play, our toughness. That's something that we wear, and we don't want somebody to think that we're not. And the kids embrace that. And so that was my message going into the fourth, was again just, and I told them, just so you know, going in, I knew this was going to be an emotional day for Stanford. They're honoring a great team, a national championship, but the first 5 minutes of the game, y'all, you could lose it right then because they're jacked up and high. And so our focus was, okay, if we can get through the first 5 minutes, now it's a 35-minute game. All the emotion's done at that point. Your emotion, you're jacked up, you're high, let's go play. That's all done. Now it's a 35-minute game. And we talk about at Texas, there's 8 5-minute games in the course of a game. When you're playing a team like this, a number 3 in a country, you got to win more than you lose those 5-minute games. And so we talked about that as well. But going into the fourth quarter, it was just hey, we're right there. And we practice it all the time, right? Score, stop, score. So we needed a stop, a score, and a stop. And we're right back in it. And again, Aaliyah, what y'all don't know is that when we played Stanford 2 years ago, and Aaliyah, when we were at Mississippi State, Aaliyah's made those same shots she just made out there in the same set. And so I had that in my pocket. It was just a matter of when we were going to try to do it because we knew kind of how they might guard it. And she made the same shots when we played them over there. It was a heck of a game. And so tonight when I went to her, number one, she was comfortable with it because we'd done it before. Number two, I've just been around her enough to know when she's got that look in her eye, she's a confident kid. You can't, I always say this, you don't know a person until you know what's inside their breastplate. And you're talking about a couple kids here, you have no idea what their heart's like. I can say that about my whole team. they may be small, y'all, in stature. They play awfully big, as y'all know. And so there's just not a moment in my mind that's too big for these kids. And I think they went out today and proved it in a pretty big spot.
Have you ever seen him not pull off that leaping leg kick that he just did? Because
No, he always does that.
Okay. And Vic, do you ever get warned by I just want, do the officials ever warn you? Because you're on the court a lot. I mean, way down at mid-court.
Well, I try not to get, I mean, I know the rules. I try not to go past the line. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not over there talking bad to them or anything. Only thing that I got really upset about today was when they passed the ball in front of their bench.
Oh.
The referee was standing out of bounds. That's the only one that I thought it was it was just a well-played game, two teams, but no, I'm not, I mean, that was a hell of a crew we had. So, I mean, I know them all, and they got a tough job to do. So, I mean, it was, I'm not a bad dude. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm just working, and sometimes I have to say that. I say, hey, I'm just working, y'all.
Doing his
Because I'm over there. I mean, I'm in it. I'm in it with them. I'm in the fight, and I think my kids know that, and I think they like that. They know I'm just not over there sitting on my hands, hoping we do things right. I mean, kids don't learn unless you fix it when it happens a lot of times, and then when they do finally do something right, it's important that you give them praise. I mean, they are young people. They need praise. And so that's the thing, again, patience was in my, when I watched church this morning, that was the talk and the thought, and I'm going to have to be that with this group because we are young. I mean, she said it. She wrote it down. I got a couple freshmen that don't know our plays. I mean, we had like 3 or 4 sets out of bounds play, 3 or 4 sets but we'll get it. It's okay. We'll get it. But going into a game like this, you usually don't get away with that. That's a wasted possession.
All right, guys, we got it.
Go ahead, one more.
Okay. All right, so for you two, when is going to set in that you guys just came all the way out to California on national TV and beat the national champions?
I don't know. It's not there yet. Still processing.
Yeah, we were just talking about it before we came in here. It's like, I mean, it's just an honor to be here and to play in front of all these people and on national TV, like you said, and play against Stanford, the defending champions. And we won. So it's just, I don't even know what to say.
We'll stay humble and hungry,
yes.
bro. I promise you. Hey, appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much for your coverage.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
Thank you very much.